It's funny you say that, because if I read a book and I get one thing, that's good.
It's worth it, right?
So worth it.
Yeah.
Hey, that book cost me $16 on Audible, $15.99 on Audible. I got one thing. That one thing is now a new tool in my tool belt.
Yep.
That I've got for the rest of my life. To me, that's priceless. If I happen to get a couple of things out of that, even better. But if it's just one thing, it's so worth it. And you literally just said that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And so Jim Rohn's a great place for all those types of,
And something comes to mind too is Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. He goes, it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness.
Yeah.
And that's something I think about a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I do this? I'm like, well, it's not a money thing. I just need to be more resourceful. I need to reach out to more people. I need to connect with more people. I need to think outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
You can always make it happen, right?
Yeah.
It may take longer. It may be a harder journey, but you got to change that whole mindset.
Totally. And you got to change the mindset too, is like people are generally nice and generally giving, right? For the most part. Like nobody wants to be a dick. Like no one wants to be, selfish. Not, like for the most part, no one wants to be like that, right? They might end up being like that in some ways or whatever, but for the most part, people are pretty giving and caring and want to share their knowledge and share things with you and are generally good people. So like understanding that, and also simultaneously understanding that people's time is important to them, like you can figure out a way to approach different people that you want to talk to or ask questions to, and you'd be surprised at how many answers and how many things you'd get from people.
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
And at first it was tricky. I felt uncomfortable. As soon as you ask, you're like, oh my God, they said no. They ignored me. But this one person out of 100 said this, and that was worth the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was more valuable than all these no's.
Yeah, I like sometimes
just by asking.
Yeah, and sometimes when you ask, sometimes you'll get a really surprising answer. Like, man, I was thinking I wanted to ask you about that. I totally forgot. And you're like, wow, that's crazy. He wanted to ask me anyways, but totally forgot. And then I brought it up, and here it is.
Yeah.
So like, you never know where people are at and what people need and what's on their mind. So you just gotta.
If you don't ask, you would never know, right?
Yeah.
Something comes to mind is I do a lot of DMs to businesses and people, and I was reaching out to different companies, and it was like a plane company, and I was like, had this text message. I was like, oh, I don't want to send it. I don't want to send it. Like, why would someone with a plane be interested in me?
Yeah.
And I kind of shut my eyes and just hit it.
Yeah.
This is back when I was trying to push myself out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
The next day I get a call. Hey, can you come up on the plane tomorrow? And then I'm flying over Las Vegas Strip, Red Rock, Mount Charleston, and the Hoover Dam in this little Cessna for work.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just don't know. And I was like, how cool is this? That's like the coolest experience ever. Now I've got that for the rest of my life. And I've been up there countless times now. So it's just become a normal part of of what I do. But if you didn't ask, it wouldn't happen. So after that, I was like, that gave me the permission. I was like, ask.
Yep.
I never kind of hold back anymore.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just need that to just suck it up, get that. You just never know.
Just send it.